The Zeekr 001 represents one of the most significant moves yet by a Chinese automaker aiming to disrupt the European premium car segment. After finding strong success in its home market, Zeekr is preparing to bring its sleek and sophisticated electric hatchback to the United Kingdom by 2025 or 2026. The brand's arrival has been anticipated for some time, and now that the 001 has begun reaching left-hand drive markets across Europe, we have a clear idea of what drivers can expect. From its design and performance to its technology and overall quality, the Zeekr 001 makes a convincing argument that it deserves to be taken seriously by established names like Audi, BMW, and Mercedes. Born under the wing of the vast Geely Group, Zeekr is a relatively young brand, having been founded in 2021. In just a few years, it has released 3 production models and sold around 150,000 units. That rapid growth demonstrates Geely's ambition to expand Zeekr globally and position it as a leader in premium electric vehicles. The 001 sits at the core of that strategy. Built on the same sustainable experience architecture platform that supports the Volvo EX30, Smart 3, and Polestar 4, the Zeekr 001 shares much of its technical DNA with these respected names, but pushes for a more distinct design and luxury identity. Visually, the Zeekr 001 combines the proportions of a large executive hatchback with the muscular stance of a shooting brake. Measuring just shy of 5 meters in length, it has an athletic, flowing silhouette that some might compare to a Porsche Panamera, though slightly fuller in shape. The design language blends elegance with subtle aggression, from its sweeping roofline to its sculpted flanks and wide tail section. The result is a car that commands attention without shouting for it, presenting itself as both futuristic and refined. The cabin design follows the same philosophy. Inside, Zeekr has gone to great length to establish a premium feel that rivals the established European brands. The mix of materials is impressive, with Alcantara-wrapped dashboard sections, rose gold accents, and soft touch surfaces across the cabin. Every button, panel, and seam feels carefully executed. There is a certain individuality missing in some elements of the layout, but in terms of craftsmanship, it leaves a strong impression. Build quality is solid, with hardly any hard plastics in sight. The sense of space is generous, helped by the car's wide stance and long wheelbase. Both front and rear passengers benefit from ample legroom and headroom, making long journeys feel easy and relaxing. Storage has been well considered too. The glove box and center console shelf are large enough for personal items, and there are deep door pockets for bottles and smaller essentials. However, the cup holders are somewhat undersized and will struggle with larger cups or bottles, which might be inconvenient on longer drives. The boot offers 539 liters of capacity, a useful figure though not class-leading. The sharply sloping rear window limits height, but there is additional storage space beneath the boot floor and a compact compartment under the bonnet for lighter items. These details highlight Zeekr's effort to blend practicality with design flair. From behind the wheel, the driving position feels slightly higher than expected for what appears to be a sporty estate. The seat and steering wheel offer excellent adjustment, but even at the lowest setting the seating height has a hint of SUV character. This does improve outward visibility, though purists who prefer a low, coupe-like driving stance may find it takes some getting used to. Once settled in, the interior feels quiet and comfortable, particularly at low and medium speeds. Tire noise increases at higher speeds, especially in the dual-motor models fitted with 22-inch wheels. but the overall refinement remains competitive with established luxury EVs. Performance is one of the Zeekr 2001's strongest cards. The entry-level version, known as the long-range model, uses a single electric motor producing 268 horsepower, driving the rear wheels. This setup allows the car to accelerate from 0 to 62 miles per hour in 7.2 seconds. On paper, that might sound modest, but the instant torque delivery of electric propulsion, 343 Newton-meters to be exact, makes the car feel brisk and responsive in real-world driving. Power delivery is smooth and linear, and the rear-wheel drive layout maintains a balanced, predictable handling feel. For those seeking stronger performance, Zeekr offers the dual-motor configuration found in the Performance and Privilege variants. This version produces an impressive 536 horsepower and 686 Newton-meters of torque, distributed across all four wheels. With this setup, the 0-1 launches from 0 to 62 miles per hour in just 3.8 seconds, putting it squarely in competition with high-performance EVs from Porsche and Tesla. The acceleration is intense yet controlled, with no unnecessary wheel spin or drama, just a seamless surge of thrust that makes overtaking effortless. Despite the car's weight of around 2,200 kilograms, it feels alert and confident under power. All models of the Zeekr 001 use a 100 kilowatt-hour battery pack. The official WLTP range is 385 miles for the long-range version and 360 miles for the dual-motor models. These are highly competitive figures in the current premium electric market. In independent testing, real-world efficiency averages around 2.7 miles per kilowatt-hour when driving the more powerful versions, which still translates to a respectable usable range. The car supports rapid charging at up to 200 kilowatts, allowing the battery to charge from 10 to 80% in roughly 30 minutes, and includes a 22-kilowatt onboard charger for faster home or workplace charging. Handling and ride quality are areas where the Zeekr 001 shows both strengths and weaknesses. The steering has a well-judged weight, feeling precise without being overly sharp, and provides enough feedback to communicate what the front tires are doing. The brakes are powerful and progressive, with smooth transitions from regenerative to friction braking. However, the regenerative system could use a stronger slowing effect, as lifting off the accelerator does not bring the car to a near stop in most modes. The so-called one-pedal driving mode exists but feels more symbolic than functional. Ride comfort depends heavily on the suspension setup. Most variants use a passive independent suspension system that is tuned for comfort, absorbing small bumps effectively at lower speeds and smoothing out minor imperfections on city streets. However, on uneven country roads or surfaces with deep undulations, the suspension can feel overly soft, producing a noticeable bounce that affects composure. This becomes more apparent during enthusiastic driving or quick lane changes, where the body movement can feel less controlled than expected. On the other hand, the top-spec Privilege model features adaptive air suspension with continuously variable dampers, and this transforms the ride. In sport mode, the car feels firmer and more composed, maintaining better balance through corners and allowing more confident high-speed driving. In comfort mode, it glides smoothly over most surfaces, offering an impressively cushioned ride on motorways while retaining decent body control. Even with its minor flaws, The Zeekr 001 manages to deliver a comfortable and capable driving experience that balances performance with practicality. It is not a car designed purely for driving enthusiasts, but rather one that prioritizes effortless pace and long-distance refinement. The soft suspension tuning and quiet cabin make it ideal for relaxed cruising, while the strong acceleration ensures it never feels short on excitement when required. The refinement of the Zeekr 001 is further complemented by its advanced sound insulation and well-engineered aerodynamics. At cruising speeds, wind noise is kept impressively low thanks to double glazed windows and tight panel gaps. Only a soft hum from the tires occasionally enters the cabin, a minor trade-off for the large wheel options available. The overall sense of calm makes long-distance travel genuinely relaxing, which is essential in a grand tourer of this size. Even when traveling at motorway speeds, the electric powertrain remains almost silent, adding to the impression of effortless capability. Passengers in the rear seats enjoy a level of comfort that rivals high-end executive sedans. The cabin's flat floor and wide dimensions allow 3 adults to sit comfortably, though the central seat is slightly firmer. Headroom and legroom are generous, making it an ideal car for families or business users who value space. Rear climate vents and a central armrest further enhance the feeling of luxury. The sense of openness is accentuated by the large panoramic roof, which allows plenty of natural light while maintaining good insulation from heat and glare. It creates a pleasant, airy atmosphere inside the car, elevating the overall experience for everyone on board. When it comes to technology, Zeekr has clearly aimed to impress. The 001's 15.4-inch central touchscreen dominates the dashboard and serves as the hub for nearly all vehicle functions. The interface is sharp and responsive, though it can initially feel overwhelming due to the sheer number of features accessible through Menace. The absence of many physical controls may frustrate those who prefer tactile buttons, but the design reflects Zeekr's commitment to a modern, minimalist aesthetic. The graphics are crisp, and animations run smoothly, which helps make the system more engaging. Some features lean toward the experimental, reinforcing the impression that Zeekr wants to showcase innovation as much as practicality. One of the more surprising inclusions is a set of exterior cameras capable of recording stills or video, saving them directly onto the car's 128-gigabyte internal drive. It is a feature that blends novelty with potential utility, useful for documenting journeys or parking incidents. Another standout is the car's interior light show function, which synchronizes ambient lighting with music when the car is stationary. On dual-motor models, the heated and ventilated seats also include massage functions that pulse in rhythm with the music being played, a detail that feels both amusing and extravagant. While some may see these flourishes as gimmicks, the Zeekr 001 still packs a serious array of functional technology. Over-the-air updates promise continuous improvement, allowing the brand to refine software, add new capabilities, and enhance system performance long after purchase. Connectivity is further strengthened by wireless smartphone integration, supporting both Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. The head-up display provides key driving data directly in the driver's line of sight, reducing the need to glance at the central screen. Safety technology is an equally strong point for the 001. It features 21 advanced driver assistance systems powered by 28 sensors, including cameras, radar, and ultrasonic modules. Among them is the Highway Assist System, which combines adaptive cruise control with automated lane changes, making motorway driving far less demanding. There is also lane keeping assist, blind spot detection, rear cross, traffic alert, and a driver attention monitoring system. These aids work well most of the time, though their constant alerts can become intrusive. The indicators are particularly loud, and the system emits numerous warning tones that may irritate those who prefer a quieter environment. Thankfully, most of these can be adjusted or disabled through the menu system once the layout becomes familiar. Navigating that menu, however, does require patience. The touchscreen interface lacks a true split screen mode, meaning that switching between menus temporarily removes whatever else was on display, such as navigation directions or audio controls. This can make multitasking inconvenient, especially when adjusting vehicle settings on the move. Zeekr's interface design feels advanced but not yet perfected. The company will likely refine it further as it gathers feedback from European customers. Once accustomed to it, users will find the system intuitive enough, but it would benefit from better prioritization of key functions for easier access. In terms of dynamics, the Zeekr 001 manages to feel stable and predictable despite its substantial size and weight. The SEA platform provides a solid foundation, and weight distribution is well balanced, contributing to a composed feel during spirited driving. The steering's responsiveness encourages confidence, while the all-wheel drive system in the dual-motor variants ensures excellent traction. On winding roads, the car maintains its poise, although it cannot entirely disguise its 2-ton-plus mass. Drivers seeking an engaging corner-carving experience might find it less sharp than a Porsche Taycan or a BMW i4 M150. But for most, its combination of comfort and confidence will be more than enough. The braking performance is equally reassuring. The pedal response feels natural, and the transition between regenerative and hydraulic braking is smooth. Drivers can adjust the level of regenerative braking through the screen, though as mentioned, the most aggressive setting still falls short of a true one-pedal experience. The car decelerates consistently and predictably, however, with no artificial or grabby sensation that can plague some electric vehicles. One of the 001's strengths lies in its long-distance capability. The combination of a large battery, high efficiency, and rapid charging capability makes it an ideal companion for road trips. When connected to a compatible 200-kilowatt charger, the 001 can add substantial range in the time it takes to enjoy a coffee break. The charging curve remains stable and efficient, and thermal management ensures the battery performs reliably across varying temperatures. Zeekr's engineering team has clearly prioritized usability and real-world convenience, allowing owners to cover long distances without anxiety about charging stops. Another area worth highlighting is cabin quietness at high speed. Even when traveling above typical motorway limits, there is a noticeable absence of turbulence or vibration through the body structure. The chassis feels rigid, which not only enhances refinement but also contributes to precise handling. On smoother asphalt, the 001 glides almost silently, giving it an expensive, premium character. The air suspension on the Privilege model enhances this impression further, automatically adjusting damping to maintain an even keel regardless of load or surface. Visually, the Zeekr 001's design communicates its modern identity with confidence. The front fascia combines slim, horizontal lighting elements with a smooth, aerodynamic profile. The headlights are sharp and futuristic, integrating seamlessly into the flowing bodywork. From the side, the roofline slopes gracefully toward the rear, ending in a wide, muscular tail section that reinforces the car's planted stance. The flush door handles, minimal panel gaps, and smooth surfaces all contribute to a clean aesthetic that also benefits aerodynamic efficiency. From a distance, the Zeekr 001 looks every bit the part of a European luxury electric car, but with just enough individuality to stand apart. The rear design carries subtle hints of performance intent, with a full-width light bar and sculpted bumper giving it a sporty edge. The attention to detail continues with premium paint finishes and sleek alloy wheel designs available in 21 or 22-inch sizes depending on specification. Each element feels well thought out, resulting in a cohesive and mature design language that reflects both confidence and restraint. Under the skin, Zeekr's engineering collaboration within the Geely Group is evident. The SEA platform's modular nature allows flexible scaling of components and advanced battery integration. The floor-mounted battery contributes to a low center of gravity, while the rigid subframes enhance crash safety and handling precision. The thermal system efficiently manages heat distribution across both motors and battery packs, supporting consistent performance. This underlying sophistication reinforces Zeekr's credentials as a serious player in the premium electric market. Despite its many technological strengths, the Zeekr 001 is not without minor shortcomings. The aforementioned bounce-in-ride quality on certain road surfaces can occasionally undermine the sense of composure, particularly in non-air suspension models. Additionally, the infotainment interface can distract when performing simple adjustments, such as altering mirror angles or disabling verbal speed limit warnings. These small usability frustrations remind drivers that Zeekr is still a young brand refining its approach. Nevertheless, none of these factors significantly detract from the car's overall excellence. When you spend more time with the Zeekr 001, it becomes clear that this is a product designed to challenge conventions rather than follow them. The combination of performance, range, and comfort puts it on equal footing with European rivals that have decades of heritage behind them. What makes it remarkable is not just how quickly Zeekr has achieved this level of quality, but how confidently it positions itself in such a competitive segment. It signals that the premium electric market is evolving, and established manufacturers will need to respond faster than ever to stay relevant. Driving the 001 on a mix of urban, rural, and motorway routes reinforces its well-rounded character. In city environments, it glides silently through traffic, offering a serene experience accentuated by the smooth throttle response and light steering. Visibility is good, and the elevated seating position makes it easy to judge distances when navigating tight spaces. Parking assistance is aided by high-resolution cameras and sensors that feed into the digital display, providing a clear 360-degree view. The automatic braking intervention also works seamlessly, adding an extra layer of reassurance in congested conditions. On winding roads, the Zeekr 001 demonstrates agility that belies its size. The instant torque delivery from the electric motors allows precise control when exiting corners, while the all-wheel drive system ensures traction remains consistent even under demanding acceleration. The chassis feels composed, and body roll is contained effectively by the adaptive suspension. Though it cannot replicate the tactile involvement of lighter sports sedans, the confidence it inspires is undeniable. In normal driving modes, the throttle and steering are tuned for smoothness, but switching to sport sharpens the responses noticeably. making the car feel livelier without becoming twitchy. The brakes deserve special mention for their consistency. Whether driving at low speed in urban traffic or braking hard from higher speeds, pedal modulation feels predictable. This is a key achievement given the complexity of blending regenerative and friction braking. The transition is seamless, giving the impression of a conventional braking system while still recovering energy efficiently. Drivers who appreciate mechanical precision will notice the attention to detail here, showing how far Zeekr's engineering has progressed in such a short time. Another standout quality of the Zeekr 001 is its sense of stability at higher speeds. The long wheelbase and aerodynamic design keep it firmly planted, even when driven fast on open highways. Lane changes are smooth and controlled, and the weight distribution prevents any nervousness from the rear end. The air suspension continuously adjusts damping rates to counteract road imperfections, keeping the body flat and composed. This ability to blend power with serenity gives the 001 the character of a true grand tourer. Practicality remains central to its appeal. The cabin's generous dimensions make it suitable for family use, while its premium finish ensures comfort over long distances. The boot, though not the largest in its class, provides enough space for weekend luggage or a few large suitcases. The small front storage compartment can accommodate charging cables or smaller personal items, which helps keep the main boot area uncluttered. Every inch of the car feels well considered, with thoughtful touches like ambient lighting strips and soft, closing doors that enhance the sense of refinement. As a long-distance cruiser, the Zeekr 001 excels. Its official range of up to 385 miles places it among the most efficient large electric vehicles currently on the market. Even when driven enthusiastically, the real-world figure remains competitive, and the charging performance ensures minimal downtime. The car's charging ports are well positioned for convenience, and the system supports both alternating and direct current charging modes. The high-speed charging capability, capable of replenishing 80% in half an hour, is particularly useful for those who regularly undertake extended journeys. The inclusion of a 22-kilowatt onboard charger also sets it apart from rivals that typically offer lower rates, allowing faster top-ups on compatible home or workplace chargers. Inside, the Zeekr 001 continues to impress with its sense of calm and sophistication. The build quality feels solid, and the attention to detail is evident in the stitching, trim alignment, and material choices. The Alcantara surfaces on the dashboard and door panels add a tactile luxury, while the metallic accents and LED lighting give the cabin a modern edge. Even after long hours behind the wheel, the supportive seats maintain comfort, and the optional massage function in higher trims adds an extra layer of indulgence. The sound system delivers crisp, detailed audio with strong bass response, complementing the near-silent cabin environment. Of course, no modern premium electric car would be complete without a focus on digital experience, and Zeekr delivers that in abundance. The infotainment system, despite its learning curve, offers impressive functionality once mastered. The integration of voice control allows many features to be accessed without taking hands off the wheel, and software updates promise continued refinement over time. Navigation is accurate and responsive, factoring in real-time traffic and charging station availability to plan routes efficiently. This is vital for electric vehicle owners, and Zeekr's system performs well in this regard. Where the Zeekr 001 truly distinguishes itself is in its value proposition. priced from just under €60,000 in the Netherlands for the long-range model and rising to around €68,000 for the top-spec privilege. It dramatically undercuts its European competition. Equivalent models from German luxury brands can easily exceed £70,000 or £80,000, often with less standard equipment. This aggressive pricing strategy positions Zeekr as a disruptor in the premium segment, offering comparable performance and quality for significantly less money. It sends a clear message that affordability and luxury no longer need to exist at opposite ends of the automotive spectrum. From a broader perspective, the Zeekr 2001 represents a turning point in the perception of Chinese automotive engineering. No longer are these vehicles viewed as budget alternatives, they are now credible contenders capable of competing with the best. The use of shared technology within the Geely Group ensures high standards of safety and reliability, while Zeekr's design and branding create a unique identity that feels aspirational. The 0001 demonstrates that Chinese manufacturers can not only match Western standards, but also push innovation in areas such as battery technology, software integration, and manufacturing efficiency. In motion, the 001 has a character that is both relaxing and quietly assertive. It encourages calm driving yet responds instantly when provoked. The throttle mapping is progressive, avoiding the abrupt surges that some electric cars exhibit. The steering is light enough for city use, but firms up reassuringly on faster roads. Combined with the adaptive suspension, it creates a sense of fluidity that makes every journey enjoyable, regardless of pace. The car never feels nervous or unsettled, instead delivering a smooth, consistent performance that builds confidence. Even when comparing it with established players like the Porsche Taycan or Mercedes EQE, the Zeekr 001 holds its ground. It may not yet possess the same heritage or brand prestige, but it compensates through practicality, equipment levels, and price. It also avoids the excessive digital complexity that can overwhelm some of its rivals, keeping most interactions logical once you become accustomed to the system layout. This balance of innovation and usability is one of the reasons it feels so well resolved. Ultimately, the Zeekr 001 is not just another electric car. It is a statement of intent. It shows that the era of traditional dominance by long-standing European brands is being challenged by newcomers who understand what modern buyers want. The combination of striking design, luxurious comfort, advanced technology, and exceptional value makes it an attractive proposition for those seeking something fresh and forward-thinking. When it finally arrives in the United Kingdom, the 001 is likely to attract attention not only for its specifications, but for what it represents. It symbolizes a shift in the automotive landscape, where innovation and competition are driving rapid progress. For buyers, this can only be a good thing. The Zeekr 001 proves that you no longer have to pay a premium to experience genuine luxury, cutting-edge engineering, and impressive performance in an electric vehicle. If there is one takeaway from spending time with the Zeekr 001, it is that this brand is one to watch. The combination of design integrity, performance, and value ensures that it deserves a place among the most desirable electric cars currently available. The few imperfections it has are far outweighed by its strengths, and with continued refinement through software updates and ongoing development, it has the potential to become a benchmark for accessible premium electric mobility. As Zeekr expands into new markets, including the United Kingdom, its arrival will undoubtedly cause established manufacturers to take notice. The Zeekr 1 stands as a confident and convincing introduction, demonstrating that ambition, innovation, and quality can coexist. With its blend of power, range, comfort, and technology, it delivers an experience that feels genuinely world-class. For many buyers, this could be the car that redefines expectations of what a modern luxury electric vehicle should be.